welcome to the Listen Mirror channel. I will be pulling your daily guidance today for December 24th. Happy Christmas Eve, everybody. Merry Christmas Eve. May I please have some guidance for today, please? For those that watch this video, may I please have an animal spirit that can guide us for the day of December 24th, 2018, please? An animal spirit that will have a message for us for how we can handle the day today. Thank you. And we have hawk spirit. Very cool. Hawk spirit. Let spirit be your guide. Very similar still from yesterday. I highly doubt the oracle cards say something. It is very spirit. I think Koala spirit was yesterday, and it was like number 34 or something, so it's not even too far apart. No, it's 35 actually. So, hawk spirit says, flying high above the landscape, the hawk sees both the big picture and the small details, observes the rain and the pond as well as the cloud, and doesn't miss anything. When hawk spirit arrives, you are called to pay close attention to messages from spirit that can appear anywhere in any form. Listen to your intuition and keep your eyes open for synchronicities, the meaningful coincidences. Hawk spirit asks you to not dismiss the signs that spirit is sending to guide you. Lately, have you been hearing the same word or song, or coming across the same symbol here, there, and in the strangest places? Perhaps you hear a song on the radio with just the right lyric pertaining to your query, or you begin to notice uncanny billboards, license plates, or other places where repetitive numbers or words show up for you to notice. Pay attention to the animals that appear for you and connect with their symbolism. Spirit wants to communicate and reaches out again and again. When hawk spirit appears, it's a sign to listen. Okay. What can this more specifically pertain to, please? Thank you. I'll take 2 to 3 cards. Or 1, actually. Whatever you can give me. To me, listening to the hawk spirit, what I'm seeing here is there are actual signs around you. There are signs. It's not coming. It has already come, and it could. We had the King of Cups yesterday too, and he was in the upright. There are signs around you pertaining to some sort of situation, some sort of perspective that you may be ignoring or closing your emotional self to. So truly, I believe hawk spirit is right on the money here when he says, look at the big picture, but also look at the details. So again, if you have been experiencing signs in any sort of way, anything that's been calling your attention, pay attention to it, look it up on Google and see what it says. If there is if you haven't, and you've been intuitively sort of blocked in a way that you maybe have been purposefully ignoring certain things, in a way that you are seeing signs and symbols and XYZs, but you are holding yourself back because you're afraid, because you're feeling some type of way, then perhaps ask for what you need first, and then ask for the signs to be clear for you to follow them. It seems here that, I mean, the Hanged Man is here, and that's about perspective. To me, in this moment, especially when we're looking at the hawk spirit, So hawk spirit is essentially, a hawk is a bird, right? It flies above the sky. It looks at the big picture and also can land on the ground to show you the little details, the little picture, the little nuances, right? So you can be living life flying high, looking at your world, la la la, like sort of everybody else, but because you're watching this video, you're aware and you're familiar with signs and symbols and omens and synchronicities and 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1. Like, you are aware of certain things, and if there is a little bit of a blockage, perhaps look at things from a different perspective. Perhaps rather than looking at things from the big picture, look at things from the little things and work your way upwards. Again, this could also be working your way upwards and coming down. Perhaps you've been too nose to the ground, looking too closely at the details, and not stepping back a little bit, not stepping back enough to see that, hey, actually, this sign is the thing that is the sign, right? So to me, what I'm seeing is whatever sign or symbol or message is trying to get at you, is around you, is with you. You either may not be seeing it, you either may not be following through with it, you either may be still sort of like lofting around whether or not you really want to do it, or go or trust it. In whatever way, but there may be a call also for you to, if you're not seeing it, look at it in a different way. If you are seeing it, look at what it could mean in a different way. So, for instance, I've taken a break from personal readings. It sucks in that, well, I'll keep that to myself, but I've taken a break because of the bigger picture. The bigger picture is that I'm moving through some things, or leveling up, or evolving, or who knows what the right terminology is, but there's some things happening in that sort of arena of things, and also in my personal life, physically, so on and so forth. That's the big picture. So you pause, right? I need myself right now. And to pay attention and to tune into myself. In the little details, it's now like, what am I tuning into? What are the things that I'm opening myself up to? Ringing in my ears, my body twitching, my body doing different things that are either messages trying to come through, downloads, or my body doing this, and rather my body doing things that it used to do when it wasn't well, trying to figure out what's going on and what my body, like all of these sorts of things. So it's in a way where you're looking at the bigger picture of, okay, I have to stop doing something, and then you look at the little details to see, kind of, to back, almost like an umbrella, right? Like, almost, yeah, it is almost like an umbrella, where there's a grand sort of scheme, the grand sort of plan, and in the details is where your sort of reasoning is in some ways. And while it in some cases it may be scary to give up on certain things, especially when you look at the bigger picture, you can is it the bigger picture? Sometimes when you see too much, you can misinterpret a fire. You can misinterpret a smoke as a fire, or you can clearly see that there's a fire there, and in order for you to, okay, let me use this as like a ground example. This is becoming silly. Someone on the ground, right? Someone realizes that they want to open up a boutique. Okay, they want to open up a boutique. or they want to go into business for themselves. I don't know what the people do these days. And they have a regular job that provides them their income. Seeing the bigger picture could be doing both. Seeing the bigger picture could be leaving one. Seeing the bigger picture could be pursuing the stable job in order to save up for the boutique in the future. Seeing the bigger picture could be quitting now and then doing everything and throwing your everything into the boutique. Seeing the bigger picture could be handling both and taking maybe days off in order to work on the boutique. It's going to be different for everybody. But what I'm saying is, in each of these different scenarios, there are some fires. In each of these different scenarios, there's some things that can make you go, I don't know if I really want to do that. And so for each of these, you sort of have to justify what you're doing in the details. So I feel like there's a sense of planning here, but first you sort of have to come to an understanding of what the details are and what the bigger picture could be when it relates to what sign Spirit is trying to show you. I think there is this sort of fairy tale, and I get it, sort of, I like to think the way I read is pretty realistic, to be honest with you. It's on the ground in as well as on a spiritual level. You can tell someone everything is going to be okay. Like every oracle card would say, but you're fine, you're covered, it's going to be fine. On the ground, though, you don't see that happening. On the ground, you can see that it's still pretty tough. And I honor that because I'm a human being and I've been through some things that have been really tough. And I know that things are going to be okay because this is what I feel. But it's like, when is that going to happen? How is it going to happen? Blah, 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 blah. Now, let Spirit be your guide is scary because you can't always see Spirit. You can't call Spirit up and be like, hey, bro, what's good? I mean, you can in the form of oracle cards and stuff like I do. So you kind of can, but at the same time, you're still operating on faith. So there are still going to be moments where you're not feeling like you can do something. And I'm not saying feeling like I don't feel like waking up and brushing my teeth. I'm talking taking a shower or whatever your thing is. I mean, where you're not feeling like this is the right choice because of all the fears and all the sort of emotional blockages and all the parts that you don't feel could work. And it's in those moments that you still have to trust Spirit, because even when you see that there is a fire there from the bigger perspective, you still continue walking that path. Here, it's looking like, look at things realistically, but then also see how you can change your perspective or shift your perspective in such a way that if and when you do make certain decisions based off of what you're being guided to, off of what's coming your way, no matter what it is, explore being diplomatic, but in a way that, how do I explain this? Diplomatic in a way that you sort of talk yourself into having faith. So it's like you have to kind of assume being a lobbyist. Yeah. You have to assume being a lobbyist. Not so much diplomat. I mean, yeah, maybe political diplomat, but being more so a lobbyist and lobbying yourself to a perspective that works for what you need to do given what you're being guided to. Anything else? I don't want all that. But thank you. That's all the Hierophant. You're still moving. You're still moving. You're still in the Hierophant. It's still at the bottom. You're still moving. Let Spirit be your guide. We had that same card in that same position yesterday. So you're still moving. I hope you have a good day. I'm not doing personal readings right now, but it would be great if you wanted to donate to the channel. That would be pretty stellar. The link for that, you know what? The link is not in the description box, actually. I'll put it in there. Maybe. I don't know. It's on the page somewhere. You'll find it if you want to. I wish you everything. Keep your light on and good luck.